My beloved child, I want you to stop whatever you are doing for just a moment. Take a deep breath and let my peace wrap around your weary soul. You have been feeling a strange, persistent stirring deep within your spirit lately, a quiet whisper hinting that the heavy ground beneath your feet is finally about to move. If you are hearing this now, it is not by accident or coincidence. I have specifically guided your steps to this exact message because the long, silent winter of your soul is officially over. A sudden, undeniable shift is coming into your life, and it will happen without warning. I see the profound exhaustion you have been trying so hard to hide. I know the nights you have spent staring into the dark, wondering if your prayers were simply echoing in an empty room, feeling as though I had moved on and left you behind. You have carried the heavy burden of waiting, watching others step into their blessings while you seemingly stood still, quietly agonizing over what you did wrong to be left out of the rearranging. It has been incredibly draining to maintain a brave smile on the outside while your heart felt crushed by unresolved questions and delayed promises. If you are ready to let go of the exhaustion of trying to hold everything together on your own, type "Lord, I surrender my heavy burdens" in the comments below, and let me lift that weight from your shoulders today. Listen carefully, chosen one. During this agonizing season of silence, the adversary has tried to convince you that I had forgotten your address. He whispered that your delays were permanent denials, that your past mistakes disqualified you from future joy, and that this endless, painful waiting was the final chapter of your story. He desperately wanted you to absorb that toxic bitterness, close off your tender spirit, and simply accept defeat. But here is the breathtaking reality of what was actually happening in the unseen realm while your heart was aching. What you experienced as a lonely, invisible burial was actually the most intensive period of preparation your soul has ever undergone. The waiting was not an empty space where nothing happened. It was a sacred season of underground foundation work. I was not ignoring you. I was building a root system in you strong enough to safely carry the massive, unprecedented weight of the glory and abundance I am about to drop into your life. Ask yourself this question right now, in the quiet of your own heart. Are you willing to trust the gardener who has been working in the dark, even when the surface of your life looked entirely unchanged? If you trust that my invisible work is about to produce a visible miracle, declare it by commenting "I trust your unseen work, Lord," right now. I need you to prepare yourself, because the shift that is approaching will not announce itself with a slow, gradual build-up. It is going to happen suddenly. The doors that have stubbornly refused to budge for years will swing wide open on their own, revealing pathways you never even imagined. The provision you have been agonizing over will flow from unexpected directions, and the relationships that were fractured will experience a sudden, undeniable movement toward healing. I am the God of the sudden breakthrough, and I am stepping directly into your circumstances today. The pieces I have been moving in the unseen realm are finally locking into place. The long season of pressing forward without visible results has not been wasted time. It has been the exact preparation required for this precise moment of elevation. Breathe deeply today, my beautiful warrior. Release your frantic grip on tomorrow, and let your tense shoulders finally drop. The silence is broken, the divine shift is already in motion, and your breathtaking victory is securely held in my hands. You do not have to fight for it alone anymore. You simply have to open your hands and receive it. I know exactly how difficult it has been to trust in me when your life has taken so many unexpected and painful turns. You have looked around and seen others receiving their breakthroughs, and in the quietest moments of your despair, you have wondered where I was when you were hurting so deeply. You thought perhaps your past mistakes had permanently disqualified you, or that I had simply passed you by and forgotten your address. But I need you to lean in and listen carefully to the secret of the silence you just survived. If you have felt completely drained by the heavy burden of the waiting room, type "Lord, renew my spirit" in the comments, and let me pour my comforting presence into your exhausted heart right now. The adversary wanted you to believe that the delay was a permanent denial. But here is the profound spiritual reality. A life takes 9 months to be born, and a seed must fall into fertile ground, be broken open, and be completely transformed before it can germinate and grow. Your blessings are incredibly valuable and immensely powerful, and it took time and intense effort for everything in the unseen realm to align perfectly for your ultimate good. If I had handed you the overflow while your roots were still shallow, the sheer weight of the blessing would have crushed you. I had to temper your spirit to add deep wisdom to your character and to put everything in its proper order so that your long-awaited blessing does not become a heavy burden when it finally arrives. If you believe that your agonizing wait has actually been a season of divine preparation, declare it by commenting, "I trust your perfect timing right now." Listen closely, chosen one, because everything is shifting today. You have prayed, fasted, wept, and put me first in your every deed, and the time is now here to reap exactly what you have sown. You thought the tears you shed in your desperation were wasted, but they were actually watering the ground of your future. The seeds you presumed were completely lost have suddenly sprung to life, and they are about to bless you with the most abundant fruits. Prepare yourself, because I am about to open the windows of heaven and pour out my holy blessing over your household until it absolutely overflows. The sudden shift that is coming will completely eradicate the poverty and scarcity that have troubled your mind. I will break the heavy chains of debt, provide honorable employment, and create unprecedented opportunities for you to start anew. Doors that seemed firmly shut and bolted against you will swing wide open on their own, revealing breathtaking pathways you never even imagined. The people who walked away from you, those who turned their backs on you when you needed them most, will look upon your sudden elevation with newfound respect and absolute admiration. If you are ready to receive this sudden downpour of abundance and provision, confirm it by typing "I am ready for my overflow" below. Take a deep breath and let the frantic anxiety finally leave your body. You have been exceptionally brave, facing afflictions you did not expect and did not cause. You did not sink when the waves crashed against you, and the storm has officially ended. Stand tall today, confident that the God of the impossible is actively turning the winds in your favor. Your victory is not a distant fantasy. It is here, and your season of undeniable, sudden abundance has beautifully begun. Listen carefully to me today, chosen one, because I need to address the quiet conversation you have with yourself when you are entirely alone. I know you have been carrying the heavy, exhausting belief that the departure of certain people was a final binding verdict on your worth. You have spent countless nights searching your own heart, looking for the fatal flaw within yourself that made them leave. The adversary has desperately wanted you to internalize their rejection as your own fundamental failure, hoping you would shrink your magnificent spirit and surrender to a life of quiet isolation. If you are ready to permanently drop the heavy burden of their judgment today, type "I release their labels" in the comments below, and let my truth wash away that lingering doubt right now. Here is the breathtaking reality of what was actually happening behind those closed doors. When those individuals turned their backs on you, they were not making an objective assessment of your true value. They were operating entirely out of their own unhealed wounds, their own profound limitations, and their own hidden fears. They could not see the masterpiece I created in you because they were looking through the highly distorted filters of their own brokenness. The problem was never that you loved too much or trusted too freely. The problem was simply that the people in whom you placed that trust were not capable of being what they needed to be for you in that moment. If you are choosing to stop seeking validation from those who cannot see your extraordinary worth, declare it silently to yourself right now. I am fully seen and loved by God. Let me reveal the profound mystery of why I allowed that painful separation to happen. I did not just permit their departure. I actively orchestrated your rescue. If I had allowed you to remain in those comfortable, familiar spaces, you would have constantly compromised your own brilliance just to make them feel secure. The new wine of the massive generational blessing I am currently pouring into your life absolutely cannot be contained in the fragile, old wineskins of your past relationships. I had to pull you into the wilderness to protect the magnificent harvest that is approaching your doorstep. The isolation you have been mourning was not a lonely burial. It was a sacred, fiercely protected space where I have been developing your deepest roots. If you trust that your season of isolation was actually my divine shield of protection, type "God is my defender" in the comments right now. Pay very close attention to what is shifting in the spiritual atmosphere today. The season of you standing outside in the cold, hoping for scraps of acceptance from people who secretly doubt you, is permanently over. I am actively preparing a breathtaking table for you, right in the presence of those who thought you would never rise. You will not have to say a single word to defend your past or justify your calling to them, because my vindication of your life will be so undeniably public that it will leave them completely speechless. You have survived the blistering fire, and you have emerged not as fragile ashes, but as pure, unbreakable gold. Do not hide the marks of what you have been through. Your scars are not marks of defeat. They are the radiant, Undeniable proof that you went into something that tried to destroy you, and you came out the other side completely victorious. Lift your beautiful head today, my precious warrior. The painful rejection was merely my divine redirection, and your season of glorious, overwhelming triumph is already unfolding. My precious child, I need to speak directly to the physical, emotional, and spiritual weariness that has settled deep into your bones. You have been running a long and grueling race, trying your absolute best to maintain a brave face, while your internal reserves have slowly drained to nothing. You have carried the heavy weight of providing, of worrying, and of wondering if it will ever finally be your turn. I know there have been nights when you lay awake, staring at the ceiling, calculating numbers that refuse to add up, and feeling an exhausting, hollow dread about your future. But I am stepping into your room today to lift that crushing weight entirely off your shoulders. You were never designed to carry the burden of engineering your own rescue. If you are exhausted from trying to hold everything together on your own, type "Lord, take my heavy burden" in the comments right now, and let my supernatural peace wash over your weary mind. Listen closely to what is shifting in the unseen realm at this very second. I know there are beautiful desires and visions you quietly packed away in a drawer because the cost of continuing to hope for them became too agonizing to sustain. You tried to protect your tender heart by lowering your expectations, convincing yourself that maybe you misheard me, or that those blessings were simply meant for someone else. But my love knows every drawer you have ever locked, and I know every place where something precious was put away out of grief. I am opening those drawers right now. The life you were uniquely made for has not been canceled because the road took harder turns than you expected. I am breathing vibrant, undeniable life back into the dreams you thought were permanently dead. If your heart is ready to let me resurrect the dreams you buried, silently declare to yourself right now, God is reviving my future. Here is the breathtaking reality of the sudden shift that is arriving. The agonizing period of underground preparation is officially complete. What you are stepping into now will not be a slow, gradual trickle of relief. It is going to be a sudden, overwhelming flood of my grace. I am accelerating the timing for you to receive the precise answers you have been desperately seeking. I have issued an unbreakable command for you to receive abundant provision, complete freedom from the heavy chains of debt, and supernatural wisdom specially crafted for you and your family. The people who walked away from you, those who secretly looked down upon you and openly criticized your quiet journey, are about to be left completely speechless. They thought your season of isolated, silent waiting was your burial, but they did not realize it was your planting. You will not have to say a single word to defend your past or justify your calling to them. I am stepping forward as your ultimate defender, and I will elevate you in the very presence of your doubters. If you are ready to receive this sudden downpour of divine abundance and public vindication, confirm it by typing "I receive my overflow" below. Take a deep breath, my beautiful warrior, and let the desperate need to figure everything out wash away from your body. I am not just blessing you individually. This magnificent breakthrough is generational. Your home is becoming a sacred sanctuary of tranquility and love. I have assigned my mighty warrior angels to encamp around your dwelling, to watch over your dreams, and to push back every dark force that has tried to steal your joy. Misery, scarcity, and sickness have been permanently evicted from your premises. The era of scraping by on crumbs is over. The sudden shift is here. Rest your mind, drop your heavy armor to the floor, and step confidently into this fresh, radiant dawn. I am holding your destiny securely in my hands, and everything concerning you is going to be wonderfully, perfectly well. My precious child, I need you to understand the magnitude of what is arriving at your doorstep in this very hour. You have been standing at the threshold, weary from the journey, wondering if the promises you held onto were merely illusions. But the waiting period was not empty time. It was the sacred space where I was actively expanding your capacity to hold what is coming. If I had handed you the overflow while your roots were still shallow, the sheer weight of the blessing would have crushed you. Listen closely to what is shifting in the spiritual atmosphere today. The season of living on crumbs, of scraping by and barely surviving, is permanently canceled. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a holy blessing upon your household until it absolutely overflows. If you are ready to step out of scarcity and into my divine abundance, type "I am ready for my overflow" in the comments right now. Here is a profound secret about your new season. The very people who secretly looked down upon you, who mocked your quiet faith and waited eagerly for your downfall, will be left completely astounded when they witness the magnitude of what I am accomplishing through you. They did not respect you, and they completely missed the magnificent opportunity they were seeking when they chose to reject you. You will not have to say a single word to defend yourself or justify your path. I am stepping forward as your ultimate defender, lifting you from the shadows and placing you in a position of undeniable prosperity and peace. Here is a breathtaking truth you must understand. The scars you carry from this long wait are not marks of defeat. They are your proof. They are the undeniable proof that you went into a fire that tried to destroy you, and you emerged as pure, unbreakable gold. You did not sink when the waves of despair crashed against you, and you did not let go of my hand when the night was at its darkest. Because you held on with such fierce, quiet courage, I am crowning you with a victory that will completely erase the pain of your past. Listen carefully, chosen one. I am actively breaking the heavy chains of debt, scarcity, and generational struggle that have held your family captive for too long. The financial strains that have kept you awake at night, the quiet calculations of survival that have drained your joy, those are being entirely dissolved by my power. If you received this financial and emotional liberation today, confirm it by typing "God is my provider" below. If you are hearing this now, it is because your home is being transformed into a sacred sanctuary of tranquility and love. I have assigned my mighty warrior angels to encamp around your dwelling, watching over your dreams and pushing back every dark force that has tried to steal your joy. Misery, sickness, and strife have been permanently evicted from your premises. In their place, I am planting a light that cannot be hidden, a vibrant peace that will be evident to everyone who crosses your threshold. To pay very close attention to this promise. Your past mistakes and failures are not the end of your story, and they absolutely do not disqualify you from the magnificent future I have designed. I have thrown your sins into a pit from which they will never climb out. When I look at you, I see my cherished masterpiece, courageous, strong, and diligent. If your heart is open to let go of past guilt and embrace this fresh start, silently declare to yourself right now, I am forgiven and free. Do not miss what I am telling you today. Breathe deeply, my beautiful warrior. The frantic need to engineer your own rescue can finally end. The sudden shift you have been praying for is no longer a distant fantasy. It is the ground you are standing on. Rest your mind today. Drop the heavy armor of your anxiety and step confidently into this beautiful, abundant reality. I am holding your destiny securely in my hands, and everything concerning you is going to be wonderfully, perfectly well. My beloved child, the long and exhausting night of your soul has finally reached its glorious end. The time of your suffering is concluding, and the sorrow and distress that have weighed you down are coming to an end. I want you to take a deep, cleansing breath and look at the horizon. The turbulent winds that have violently shaken your life are now commanded to be still. You have walked through a blistering, arid desert, but I am now taking you by the hand and bringing you to a refreshing, abundant spring. Listen closely to what is happening right now. I have issued an unbreakable command for you to receive abundant provision, complete freedom from debts, supernatural wisdom, and blessings specially crafted for you and your family. The seeds of faith that you scattered in your moments of despair, moistened by your silent tears, have not been lost. The earth is trembling, and vibrant new sprouts are emerging. The seeds you presumed were completely dead have sprung to life, and they are about to bless you with the most abundant fruits. If you are ready to step out of the desert and drink from this living water, declare your readiness by typing "I am ready for my new life" in the comments right now. Here is the breathtaking reality of your new chapter. Those who secretly looked down upon you, who openly criticized your journey and waited eagerly for your downfall, will soon kneel before you, seeking forgiveness for the pain they caused. You will not have to say a single word to defend or explain yourself. I am stepping forward as your ultimate defender, lifting you from the shadows and placing you in a position of undeniable prosperity. They did not respect you, and they completely missed the profound opportunity they were seeking when they chose to reject you. But you will be elevated, and they will be left in absolute awe when they witness the magnitude of the glory I am pouring over your life. I have assigned my mighty warrior angels to encamp around your dwelling, to stand guard over your dreams, and to push back every dark force that has tried to steal your joy. Misfortune, sickness, and scarcity will not reach your home, for my majestic presence surrounds you, warding off harmful spirits and difficulties. If you receive this divine shield over your household today, type, "My home is protected by God" below, and rest in my absolute security. If you are hearing this now, it is because your season of weeping outside locked doors is officially over. You are not a weak, insignificant being destined for failure or resigned to a life of emotional bondage. You are my cherished masterpiece, crowned with my favor and shielded by my mighty hand. I am opening the windows of heaven and pouring out a holy blessing upon you until it absolutely overflows. Your family will understand that you were not wrong when you told them to trust in the God who loves them so deeply, and my glory will manifest powerfully within your home. Breathe deeply today, my beautiful warrior. Drop the heavy armor of your anxiety to the floor permanently. You do not have to fight this battle relying on your own depleted strength anymore. Rise today with a radiant smile on your face and a renewed fire in your spirit. You have fought the good fight. You have kept your heart soft when it was incredibly difficult. And now it is time to step forward and enjoy the beautiful, prosperous future I have meticulously prepared for you. The victory is already yours, and your magnificent future is completely secure in my hands. If this message reached a tender place in your heart today, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who is fighting a hard battle and needs to know that God has not forgotten their pure heart. Your simple act of sharing might be the exact light that guides them out of their darkness and gives them the courage to hold on for one more day. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the divine words of encouragement, provision, and protection I have prepared to speak over your life. Type Amen in the comments below to claim this sudden overflow, seal this profound victory, and declare your unwavering trust in my perfect plan.